MVP candidates, who's most valuable to their team. What about most valuable defenders? Rudy Gobert, when he was out, the Jazz struggled. When he came back from injury, it was a much different story.
RG has the best defensive rating of any player who averages 30 minutes or more. And Ed, I will say to you this, when you build a house, you need a great foundation. You need somebody who is the pillar of your defense, who can, just his presence alone, can deter you from taking shots.
Were you waiting for me to call him the Stifle Tower?
If that's what you want to call it. I mean, it works for me.
He's from France.
Okay, I got it now.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
Donovan Mitchell, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 80% at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. The follow won't go either.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Almost. Unlucky bounce. Another follow. No good. To Wall. Finish that. Rudy Gobert returns last year. The Jazz go on their run. Jay, how reliant is Utah on the Frenchman?
I would say pretty heavily, considering he's the reigning NBA Defensive Player of the Year. This team has to win it on the defensive end. That is the mentality of the Utah Jazz.
Wall into the front court. Down 6. There it is, John Wall. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
As a team, when you establish your dominance in the paint early, it's critical to your offense because it eventually opens up the perimeter down the stretch.
Knocked loose. That one out of bounds off a rocket. It'll stay with Utah. To Favors. Trying to cash in. Favors shot, no good. Oladipo into the front court, trailing by 4. Here comes the screen. Wall to Cousins. Good look that time, but off the mark. Another follow, stays out. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Looking to make something happen. Great look and vision, and he throws it down. Rudy Gobert with the slam.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Conley into the front court. Leads 4. Knocked loose. Rockets have it. Oh, a lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Conley into the front court. 2-point advantage. The drive right to the basket. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
And he finishes at the rim.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Wall to Beasley. Can't connect. Across the timeline, it's Conley. 10-6, our score. Knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
It's Jazz ball. Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
The follow won't go either.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Mitchell with it up top. It's an 8-point lead. Add 2 points to the board.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. Has a look. Shot for Mitchell won't go. To Oladipo. Wall to Beasley. And Cousins is fouled. Boogie going to the line. He's going to shoot 2.
I say this a lot, and it's only because coaches harp on it all the time. Read the scouting report. Know who you can and should send to the line. This is a case of knowing a shooter probably had a better chance of hitting a jumper than he does of hitting the free throws.
Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Conley into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. To Gobert. Slams it down. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
We get a whistle and a timeout for Houston as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Joe Ingles able to recover with the block. Rockets recover. The pass set it all up.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Utah ball. Mitchell to the basket, but he can't get it to go.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Mitchell with the basketball. The lead stands at 9. Tyson Chandler with a piece.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
No, I missed a short one there. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Lets it fly from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You can finally see this team starting to get their rhythm and their groove offensively. This is a good run to get them back in the ball.
Conley sizing up Eric Gordon. Nice finish at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Screen coming. Wall. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Jazz have the ball. A shot no good on the drive by Conley.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Screen coming. Gobert sends it away. That's out. Last touch by Rudy Gobert. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Rockets with 4 to shoot. Deep 2 there, won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. After 1, it's the visiting Jazz who are in front. We're back with more after this. You're watching a Saturday matinee edition of the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Rockets have the ball.
Here we go. High ball.
Oladipo to Gerald Green. No good. To Favors. Off the pro hop. Strong footwork.
Old school equals high percentage.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Conley into the front court. He'll run the offense. Cephalosha sizing up Green. DeMarcus Cousins rejects it. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Conley to Favors. Got it.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Count it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Conley. Driving right to the basket. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Eric Gordon sends it away. That one out of bounds off a rocket. Changes coming from both sides right now. Has a chance. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side.
Stuffs it down with authority.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Across the timeline, it's Conley. Lead stands at 7. Couldn't keep it in. It's out off Tyson Chandler. Rockets come up with it. Runner's good there.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Down low to Favors. Tyson Chandler with the block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
And the rebound taken down by the Jazz. Utah's got it. Conley to Favors. Trying to cash in. He's on the deck. Great sacrifice. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Beasley to Gerald Green. It's Wall. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Not that time. To Wall. Now preparing to shoot at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Team foul number 1 for the
John Wall. He's got 2 shots coming. For his career, 78% at the line. First try, no good. Second one goes. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Utah with the possession. Conley against the 5-time All-Star. To Gobert. Rudy Gobert. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
He was hacked. They let it go. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
DeMarcus Cousins swats it.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Conley into the front court. Leads a bucket. The drive, right to the back.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. And they called the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Michael Beasley at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 76% from the line. Able to convert on both free throws. It's Jazz ball. Conley. Here comes the screen. DeMarcus Cousins pins it. 4th this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
number 2.
Has a look. Not that time. Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
If you're the defender, you can't keep your hand outwards in the pocket of the shooter. The offensive player recognized that. He raked his arms into yours on his way up to take the shot. That's a foul every time.
Michael Beasley with a chance at a 4-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. 3-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Utah ball. To Gobert. Rockets have the steal.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Down 2. And scores. Strong take.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Rises for the slam.
As a defender with inferior athletic ability, there's really not a lot you can do when you're outside the restricted area and you're caught lost in space.
2 minutes left in the second.
Conley against the former #1 pick.
He sent that one to the 3rd row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Michael Beasley with the slam.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
I got ball. Cut it.
Oladipo. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you'll be able to stop a great passing team.
A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jazz have the ball. Has a chance. Conley shot off the mark. To Beasley. Oh, had him going there for a second. Beasley. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Fires the 3. Not going down here. And stuffs it home.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Rockets have it. Throws it down. Late heave to beat the buzzer. That'll do it for the first half. The Rockets with the lead.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Rockets have the advantage on the scoreboard at halftime. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. These are the guys getting buckets for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz have dug themselves a bit of a hole after 2 quarters. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Utah Jazz.
Game track. Bench points.
The Utah Jazz are getting enough bench production in this contest. Their reserves need to step up and start making an impact in this game.
Play of the half.
DeMarcus Cousins has been a defensive force in this matchup. If he's not stealing the ball, he's swatting it. And that combination has made for an incredible half.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
All set to go here in the second half. The third quarter is underway. Utah's got it.
Who gonna do this?
Michael Beasley, huge block.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
That's 3.
Conley into the front court. His guy's down 11. Knocked loose. Conley defended by Wall. Trying to cash in. Beasley to Oladipo. Rudy Gobert tips it. And he's going to the line to shoot.
You got to know your personnel. That's not someone you want to send to the line for a free 2.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Jazz will take a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. A shot no good on the drive by Conley. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Has a look. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Shot from the lane won't go. Rockets come up with it. And Cousins throwing it down.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Curling inside. Lays it up and in.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Mitchell with it up top. Trailing by 15. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
For any fans out there that thought Donovan Mitchell didn't put any stock into the fact that he was not the Rookie of the Year, you are wrong. Donovan Mitchell is that type of guy that uses everything in his power to fuel him to be the best on the court each and every day. If that was a campaign he built with Adidas, rookie question mark, it doesn't matter. That perceived failure is something that will only make this kid better tomorrow.
Utah with the possession. Can't connect from in close. Wall to Oladipo. Victor Oladipo with the slam.
An easy two, get back on defense.
Conley into the front court. Down a bundle. Mitchell in a matchup with Boogie. And draws the contact. So, Rudy Gobert going to the line for 2 shots.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Off the mark on the first free throw. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. Nice pass to set things up. He throws it down.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are 2 different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
To Oladipo. Oh, he had him there for a second. Boogie abusing the rim. Big finish.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
It's Jazz ball. Conley defended by Wall. And the finish. Slam dunk.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. His guys down big. The jab step opens up space to knock down the jumper.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Into the front court comes Wall. His guys hold a commanding lead. He drains it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Driving right to the basket. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Ed and I want to go home too, but fouls like that only stop the clock for all of us.
Personal foul. Team foul number 2 for Houston. Number 8, shooting 2.
First one goes down.
Number 10.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
For Utah. Number 2.
Mitchell with the basketball. He'll run the offense. Knock loose. Mitchell takes on Eric Gordon. And that'll be out of bounds off of Oladipo. So possession stays with the Jazz. Time for some new personnel into the game. Joe Ingles. The Jazz with 4 on the shot clock. Has a chance. Mitchell and a putback slam.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. Yes, it drops. A little drama on that one. Not done yet. Tough make through traffic.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Mitchell with it up top. Down by 15. Favors. Defended by Cousins. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
The pass was really good, but what I love most about the play, Ed, was that every player that ran in transition had active hands, which means they were active targets. They provided a target for the player to deliver the pass. That's how you work together as teammates.
The screen sets him up for 2.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Oladipo. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Gordon with it. Counting down toward a minute to play in this third quarter. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Mitchell with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. Joe Ingles. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. To Gerald Green. Cousins to Gerald Green. Over to the right side. Shot clock to 4 for Houston. Can't connect from inside. Clarkson with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Oh, good defense by the Jazz as they come away with the steal. Third quarter comes to an end. The Rockets way out in front. It'll be Rockets basketball here as we start the fourth quarter. And if they were looking good at halftime, Jay, they're really looking good now.
They really turned up that intensity in the third quarter. They were looking to put this game out of reach, and they've come out close to doing that.
Runner here won't go. To Joe Ingles. Rockets have the steal.
Maybe pace it right here. They got a big lead at home.
Big finish at the rim. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Donovan Mitchell with the rock. To Clarkson. And a chance coming up at the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Jordan Clarkson, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 80% at the line. First one, counted. And he makes them both. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. To Clarkson.
Shoot it.
Beyond the arc for 3. Missed it. To Wall. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Houston with the basketball. Oladipo to Wall. Almost. And he's not getting the call. Cashes in for 2.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Wall with it up top. His team on top by 13. Here comes the screen. short jumper stays out.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Wall.
Left.
To Cousins. Won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration. Now a whistle and a timeout for Utah as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the 4th quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. And it's rejected.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Cousins to Wall. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Utah ball. Moutier to Favors. Off the assist.
And the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
Curling inside. A drive, but he can't get it to go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Clarkson to Favors. This will get out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Utah.
Mitchell won't go down. That's out of bounds. Last touch by the Jazz.
Get it back.
Into the front court. It's Wall. His guy's up by 15.
I got him.
Rudy Gobert snatching it out of the air.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Nothing going here on that drive. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. To the rim, lays it up and in.
This is why I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Slam dunk. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Moutier. Wide open look, won't go. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximum effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Knocks down the first. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Free throws coming up.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. Conley into the front court. Trailing by 15. For three, Off the mark. It's a big finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Jazz have the ball. DeMarcus Cousins able to recover with the block. Ooh, 5 now.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Defense making the ball handler work. Just not going down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Oladipo into the front court. The lead is 15.
Screen right, screen right, screen right.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Whoa, what a finish. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
Here comes the screen. And he'll head to the line.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2. Utah's got it. Conley defended by Wall. Jumper's good.
So deadly. Now look, part of that is God-given talent. But the other part is that ball speed combined with that handle. Oh, that's off the charts. But he always finds a way to slow himself down right before he goes into that shot.
Wall. Oh, had him going there for a second. Derek Favors with a piece.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Has a look. And he hits.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
To Beasley. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. Moutier into the front court. His guy's down 11. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
And did you see the lift on the shot? Did you see the ball release off the hand? To be able to have the concentration to finish with such a feathery touch in the midst of contact, that's something special to watch.
And hits the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip. Jazz will take a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Knocks it down and the foul. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Most definitely contact on that forearm during the follow-through. You have to give the offensive player a lot of credit. The concentration you need to make a shot after getting fouled, that's big time.
John Wall with a chance at a 4-point play. He's been steady, 83% at the line. He'll let one fly from half court. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets got the win in a nail-biter. The defense in this matchup was outstanding. When they weren't blocking shots, they were making steals, and it all came together for a terrific win. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Houston Rockets. The Jazz lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Utah Jazz,
Game track. 3-point shooting.
each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Boogie Cousins seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's what's coming up for the Houston Rockets. This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.